they're like, oh, you're going to get bashed, this and this and this. Like, so obviously they doubted me because I'm hanging out with them. So they doubted me, like, you're never going to be good. Then next minute, oh, wow, you're really good.
Wow.
Like, they start worshipping you and stuff. I was just like, well, you doubted me. Remember, you doubted me, so I'm not going to be that good. But now...
Welcome, everyone, back to the Fighters of Perth, the show where we aim to get to know our fighters here in Perth just a little bit better, their story, their journey, and hopefully make a new friend along the way. My guest today is Laki or Nilson Laki, ISCA state title holder, WBC state title holder, 24 fights, and has fought some really, really dangerous guys. So I feel very privileged to have you on the guest, man, on the show, man. Thanks for coming down.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and thanks for making the time on a Saturday. I appreciate it. So what I wanted to ask you, man, is first up your nickname, Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did that come about?
Oh, that came out from my coach.
Yeah?
Yeah, so obviously from the movie The Black Panther, came out of nowhere. I was like, yeah, you should be the Black Panther. I'm just like, why? I was like, why is that? It's just like, it'll be a sick name. Just sit on it. Trust me, it'll work out. It's the Black Panther. First of all, I sat on it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Introduced me, like when I'm fighting, it's just the Black Panther. I was like, I'm not really sitting on it. And then it kind of build up. So I started fighting more. People recognize me. I started making my own shirt and just blew up. So now I just got the Black Panther from there.
Yeah. And was that James?
Yeah, James Bartolome. Yeah.
Awesome, man. So give us a little bit of just a rundown of your beginnings in Muay Thai, your journey, like how you got started and how you got started in competing.
Yeah. Well, I started with because I'm always into sport. So I started with boxing first, and then I did Muay Thai. In between, I was playing soccer, and then my mates, oh, you should come and try to do Muay Thai with me. I was like, nah, not my thing, really. So I tried it, and I kicked, like I'm kicking the soccer. I was like, nah, not for me. I don't want to do it. And then I went to boxing, did boxing for a while. And then from there, got an apprenticeship. And then I was like, let me try something different. And that's why I started Muay Thai. I started in Mac 1. They had like 6 fights there. And then for the first year, me and my mate just drill every day, coming training early, leaving late. Just every single day, every day. Then I had my first fight, amateur fight, and I was so nervous. The guy that I was fighting had 1 fight, and I had like no fights. In my head, I started thinking a lot. I was like, no, this guy's going to beat me. All that, it's going to beat me. Got in there, just went full on. Started just throwing everything I can. Had my first win. So excited. Straight away, my coach brought me home. And I was like, when can I fight again? Next show, and then straight up. So I was just straight up after fight. And then when I had my first loss, I didn't really take it well. I was like, damn it, I was disappointed in myself. I lost by points, but back then I didn't know how the judges work with the points, like the scoring and stuff. I didn't know how it works out. So one of my teammates kind of explained to me, and I was like, oh, so that's how it works out. So I kind of took it like, I learned something off that. I was like, all right, that's fair enough. And I just continued my journey. Took a year off. I was like, I'm going to take a little break, and then back to it straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, man, I still don't know how the scoring works.
Yeah.
And I've been obviously involved for quite a while.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're just like, oh, that guy looks like he won. He was more aggressive.
Yeah.
He did more damage. But, it's so nuanced, So, yeah. You tell me a little bit more about, you said you started Mac 1. And if I'm not wrong, you went from Mac 1 to Diesel, right?
Yeah.
And then from Diesel, followed James to Monsters.
Yeah.
So tell me what made you make the transition from Mac to Diesel and from Diesel to Monsters.
Well, when I went from Mac 1, because Mac 1 was like mixed martial arts, and I want to focus more like in Muay Thai. So with Mac 1, they're like doing boxing, MMA, jiu-jitsu, all that. And I want just like I want to focus one thing, because I did try MMA, see how that goes. I was like, nah, that wasn't for me. It's because I watched like Never Back Down. So once I watched that,
started, right?
all that, I was like, fuck yeah, I want to try that. I want to try that. When I tried MMA, I was like, nah, it's not for me. Straight away down, I was like, I just want to focus on one thing at a time. So I went from Mac 1 to Diesel. Diesel was traditionally just like Muay Thai.
Yeah.
So I went there, tried it out, loved it. Frank was a nice guy. Trained it for a bit, and then I started fighting for Diesel from there, and that's why I met James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was helping out. He was like one of the coaches there, right?
Yeah, he was one of the
Before he opened
coaches.
his own thing, yeah.
Believe it or not, I met James before he was my coach.
Right.
Yeah, because I was in Mac 1, and then because I was fighting soon, and my coach took me and was like, I'm going to take you to another gym to spar. And then when I went to that gym, he was sparring as well, but I never noticed him. I never noticed, oh, that's James. He was just there going crazy, boom, 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 boom. I was like, I don't want to spar him. I was like, I don't want to spy him at all. And then that's why we just met in Diesel.
Yeah.
And that's why he became my coach. He's like, I'll take you on, I'll teach you some few things from there.
Yeah.
And then from there, I just followed him. He just took me and taught me everything from now.
Yeah, so it wasn't any issues with Diesel. You just had a really good connection with
Yeah, I had
James.
really close connection with James. Like, we're really close to each other. And he just took me from there.
Yeah, it's awesome. And he's done so well. Like, I mean, within, like, I think the first year of opening, he had quite a few fighters and obviously a few title holders now. So he's really, like, just gone out there and smashing it. His team's doing really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's he like? Like you said, he was going quite hard.
Yeah.
You know, how do you go sparring with him now?
Like, before, it was just like, I was scared. I was honestly, I didn't have that much fight. I was literally scared. And obviously that kind of build up. It's like, one day you're actually going to, like, be sparring, like, you be beating me up. I was like, wow, why would you say that? I was like, you're really good, but, you know, you had titles all day, like, why would you say that? And it obviously builds up now. I'm just like, now it's just like, I just spar him, like, we just spar. He goes hard time to time. He puts pressure, comes with hard body shots or whatever, I just takes it. Just move around, takes it. Like, before body shots, I'm just down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of build up with strength-wise and everything.
Yeah, I think that's the dream of each coach is, you know, it can be a bit, like, hard on the ego, but you do want your students to be able to beat you.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be, like, just getting each one to, like, a high level, and you should slowly not be the one who's beating everyone up.
Yeah.
You know?
I even told him, I was like, he had, like, more fights than me, and I was like, soon I'm going to catch up to you. He's like, you're going to beat me in fight-wise. You're going to be more knowledge, more stronger than me. Back in my days, you're going to be, like, way better than me.
Yeah.
In a couple of years' time. And I kind of build up until now.
Yeah. And the standard's really growing because everyone is kind of growing a sense on the shoulders of giants from before, right? Like, people before got to a certain level, they've learned things along the way, and then now they pass that on.
Yeah.
And just the starting point is almost better. So, yeah. And talking about your fights, man, something that's really, really impressed me is your lack of fear of fighting people. You've had loads of fights. Like, you've had, I think you said 24 fights.
24 fights, yeah.
And you fought people who've had over 100 fights. You know,
over 300 fights, I would say.
Yeah, that's just nuts. And, you know, people are Australian title holders. Have any of those guys that you fought have world titles as well?
Yeah, I would say they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you, so I think most people will be like, all right, no, I'm gonna wait till I'm ready. Like, what do you tell yourself? Like, is it just that the opportunity is given to you, or do you go out like, no, I just want to fight the best? Like, James, just get me a fight with someone that's just at a complete other level, you know? Like, how do you get those fights, those opportunities?
Yeah.
And then what do you tell yourself when you get those fights?
Well, that's a good question. Well, I would say promoters will ask, and then me and James sit down and talk about it. It's like, yeah, there's this guy you want to fight. You'll be fighting. He only had like 70 fights. You know, he'd be okay with it. Like, I believe you can take. Like, he believes. Like, my coach believes in me. That I can do it. It doesn't matter how much fight he has, as long as, like, your coach believes in you, you can do it. Yeah. You can do it. And then as soon as I start fighting, like, yep, I'm gonna fight this guy, and I'm gonna get in the ring, adrenaline rush. Start thinking too much, and then he'll be like, oh, he only has 70. That's what they told him. Next minute, like, the promoter called him out. He walks out. He was the $300 fight. I look at him. I was like, you told me he only had 70 fights. So I'm fighting this guy who had over 300 fights or plus.
Was that Lotus? Or was it?
Yeah, Lotus, and then Payak as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those guys have over 300 fights as well.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you find there comes a point where, I mean, you would have experienced this now, right? Where after you've had a certain amount of fights, it doesn't really matter how many fights you've had, like whether it's 30 or 40 or 100, like it gets to a point where the difference doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really bother me because I feel like those tough guys, like with more fights than me now, it doesn't really bother me. Before, it's like it really bothers me. I really think about it. Oh, he had more fights than me. This and this and this. He's going to be stronger than me. I got to the point really doesn't matter how much fights I have. Just go there and just fight. We'll see. The best man wins. That's about it. Yeah,
and you've done well.
Yeah.
You said, I think one of your posts, you said that Lotus was your hardest fight.
Yeah.
Is that still true, or has there been a harder fight since then?
I had 3 hard fights.
Yeah.
3 hard fights. But I said my toughest fight I had was against Tyler. I think that was my toughest one against Tyler.
Even harder than the Thais that you fought?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is that?
Tyler kicks hard.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're not the only one to say that?
Yeah, he kicks hard. And also he's very skillful as well. So his skills are very, very good. But at the same time, I could have beat him. At the same time, I did tell myself, yeah, I can beat him. But my mental wasn't real well. When I win that ring, just everything, adrenaline rush, it's a lot of things was going through my head. As soon as I walked in there, I was so nervous, so nervous. The first round, he started picking it up, kicking me. I was like, all right, I can take it. And I just got there. I was like, I told James, I was like, I'm really scared. I was like, I'm scared. I'm scared as hell. I was like, he hits hard. He's like, if he kicks hard, you take it, you hit him hard back as well. I was like, all right, I'll do that. Boom, he hits me hard, hit him hard. And that's about it. Yeah, so he got some pretty good hits in me, and I couldn't, like, he did a lot of damage to me, and that kind of put my ego down. I was like, oh, that's scared. I showed him fear. I showed some fears, and then that's why. As soon as he solves it, he took his opportunity. He just aimed there. He just took it, yeah. But that last round, I came in pretty good. So that last round, I'll say I did well, but not my best. Yeah. I wasn't on my best in that fight as well. Yeah.
That last round, like the last round, you felt like you started getting. Like,
I started getting figuring it out a bit, but I started late because that first round, I was not on. I was just completely switched off.
And you think that was more the state of mind?
It's more.
Fear?
It's like more of fear. I was scared. I was like, I'm fighting this guy's one champion. There's a lot of things going through my head when I was about to fight him. I could have blocked it out, but it was just too late. It already got to me, and I started thinking about it. And then as I was just done, I was too deep into the thinking of that he's going to beat me, all that. And I got to the point he was hitting me that hard. I was like, he's going to knock me out. This guy wants to knock me out. He's going to knock me out.
Wow. So in the fight, you're thinking that.
I was thinking a lot. Yeah, because he hit me one shot into my head. I got a bit dizzy. And I was like, oh, this guy literally wants to knock me out. And in my head, I was like, how long is this round to go? How long? Because I just didn't want. I was like, I want it to end now. I was like, it's either you knock me out or I just want the round to finish. Because I was so much in pain, too much pressure. And I was like, no, I just don't want to be here in the ring.
Tyler's just listening to us right now, just like,
it happens. Honestly, I give him credit. He did real well, but I give him credit.
He's extremely. I don't even want to say the word talented, because he's just worked so hard, but he's just so skilled. Since he started, he's just been one of those just. He
started young as well, so. But maybe down the track I'll rematch him. Maybe one day I'll rematch him. Once I get everything off my skills well.
Yeah, you want to kind of wait a little bit,
I just want to wait for a little bit because I fought way too much high people. Maybe a couple of years time I rematch him back again.
How do you go back? Like, the thing is now you've set that standard, right? You're fighting all these people with a very high level amount of fights, right? You can't go back to kind of fighting people who've had 15 fights, right? You can't go back to just kind of like the general state title levels. Yes. What do you do from there?
So I usually fight people under like my divisions. Maybe had like 30 fights. Yeah. A bit more than that, but like over 300s. Like, been there. Yeah. I've been there. I just don't want to go there. I'll go there again, but it's good to like fight like even and then go high, even, try even out. Because if I keep fighting high people, that would just break my confidence. And I end up just don't want to fight anymore because these guys just beating me up. Just going there, going the ring there, they're just beating me up, not letting anything out of it.
And that's a good point, man. You're not getting much out of it. You mentioned confidence. Like, you strike me as a very confident guy when I see the way you walk. I mean, we haven't really had the opportunity to have a conversation outside of today. Yeah. But when I see you, I'm like, oh, I think you exude confidence. Yeah. But just speaking to you, like, do you ever kind of battle with any kind of insecurities outside of fights, but like within the sport as well? Like, do you kind of ever kind of doubt yourself or anything like that? Or you're just in your mind like, oh, I'm great. Like, I find people can either be like, almost delusional, like I'm the best, I'm great, and they end up being really good. But then there's other people who are a bit more insecure, but then they feel like they've got something to prove. Yeah, where do you fall on that?
I see it more like confidence. Yeah, I'm more like if I'm walking the ring, I'm more confident. I do get nervous, I get scared. That's all normal. Get my rap down, I'm nervous, I'm scared. Yeah, and as soon as the music comes, let me just feel it. I'll talk to myself. I'll go for a walk, just by myself. Try to get that confidence up. Like, I'm strong. You can't beat me. And walk out. No matter who dance, just be more confident. Just have that confidence and just walk out. And I just don't really care about the crowd or whatever. I block everything out. Yeah. Like, nothing matters to me. I just go in there, tell myself nothing matters, and just start fighting straight away.
Yeah. So you don't really kind of have to deal with doubts,
Nah, I'm not. I don't really doubt myself. Because if I do doubt myself, when I get in the ring, it will happen. If I say, oh, this guy's going to beat me, it's going to get to my head. And then he would beat me, so I just don't doubt myself.
Yeah, except for the Tyler fight, did you doubt yourself a little bit before that one?
Yeah, I did kind of doubt myself in that fight, Tyler's one, and I tried to get out of it, but I got into I slung into it. I got into it too deep into it. It kind of took my confidence away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, it's right state of mind is hard. And once you get into a negative state of mind, it's really hard to get yourself out
Yes,
of
it's
that.
hard for you to get yourself out of it.
Yeah. Changing directions a little bit. You know, you said you started Mac 1. You would have been training the Ben Kant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you ended up fighting him later down the
Yeah,
track.
that's true. Yeah.
What was it like fighting an old training buddy?
It was awkward because back in Mac 1, he was like the top fighter. And then like we're sparring every day. Me and my teammate were just like sparring him because he was fighting the same division as me. And I was like, one day me and you can fight. And he took it like the wrong way. And I was like, I don't mean it like that. But I was like, potentially it could actually happen. Like maybe down the track, maybe we could fight each other. And it actually did happen.
Wow.
It was awkward. It's like you're fighting your own trainmate. Like your young coach that used to teach you, now you're kind of fighting him.
Yeah.
It's a bit awkward, but it happened.
Yeah. And just what happened? Did you win or did he win that fight?
Honestly, to the judges, to everyone thought I won.
Yeah.
Me personally, I thought I won as well. I was like, I won. And then obviously they gave it to him. I wasn't mad at it, but this kind of sport that happens. You think you won. You won. If you lost, then you lost. But you feel like if you actually lost, then you lost. If you feel like you didn't do enough in the fight, then you didn't do enough.
Yeah.
But I felt like I won that fight, but they gave it to him. So I was not really mad about it. I was like, it happens. Like, fight's a fight. At the end of the day, we leave. That's about it.
I think what a lot of people might not realize is with Muay Thai, like where they try to match it so evenly.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes when you tell someone I lost a fight, they might not understand that such a close difference that someone watching, they might not even be able to tell. Like, it's like, all right, that fight was pretty even, but someone's going to win, someone's going to lose. Very rarely is it a draw. Yeah. It's not like in boxing where you have this kind of roadman. It's not roadman. They're called journeymen. Sorry, journeymen, roadmen, journeymen that are there to kind of give you the wins. It's and especially the mentality in the Muay Thai is like you want to have those really tough matchups. So it's you tell someone you have a loss, but really it's like. Yeah, but it was an absolute war. Yeah. And I really put it on that guy. But, at the end of the day, in the judge's eye, sometimes it's actually a bad decision because it's so close. Like the judges,
they'll just split it and just give it to the other person. It's like he did a bit better more, or the other guy, just give it to him.
Bias as well.
Yeah.
As much as we like to think we're not biased, that does influence a decision. What I was going to say is you're quite big for your division. I didn't even realize that you were in the same division as Ben.
Yeah.
Do you ever find that it's like, do you have to cut a lot of weight, or do you're just so lean that it's not hard for you to make that division at all?
Oh, before I had my t-shirts, I had cut a lot. I cut up like 8 kilos in a day, and that was my toughest one. Wow. Yeah, that was really, really bad. But for my division, people always like, nah, we can't fight him. He's just too big. As soon as they look at me without my shirt on, it's just like, nah, this guy. There's no way this guy's this weight. There's no way this guy's this weight. Most of the time, they don't want to fight me because my height and the way I'm built.
Yeah, and you're powerful, man.
That's why people don't want to fight me because they just sooner look at me. It's like, nah, he's too tall, too big for this weight division. But when I fought Ben, I think I was more bigger than Ben because I think I walk around more heavy than him. But most people that walk around more heavy than me, then they struggle cutting weight. But I don't struggle that much, cutting weight that much, because I'm just usually fighting around like, the hardest one for me to get, so I'm probably like 60, 65.
Yeah.
But now, 65. That's the hardest for me now to try to get to.
What's an ideal weight for you that you want to fight at?
Probably like 67, 68. Yeah. And 67. Yeah, 66, 67. Yeah. And maybe, just maybe 65, but I won't go that low.
Yeah. So is the reason you fight, I mean, because you'll still be tall at 70, Yeah. Is the reason you fight at that weight just to, take advantage of that long, that reach that you have?
Yeah. The weight I fight this is the weight I fight in. Yeah, I don't want to go like to like 70 kilos. Like I walk around like 72.
Yeah, so that's fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, so if I fight at 70, I'll be fighting people that are like 75, just cut down.
Right.
They just cut down, they'll be more heavy than me. So if I go in the ring, they're like more strong than me.
And they're probably they said they're cutting down from like 76.
Yeah, to like 70. So
it's kind of like a vicious circle. You have to cut a big amount of weight because everyone else is cutting a big amount of weight.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So it's a bit of a nightmare, that one. And sorry, well, the reason why I asked 70, because you said you cut 8, I was thinking, ate more than 67. So probably from 60, when you get to 65, you've dropped about 8 kilos, 8 kilos. Yeah.
When I cut the 8 kilos, that was for the East Coast state title.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like 63.5. Yeah, those are heavy. That was the worst. Nightmare. 63.5.
And how did you feel like it impacted? Like, how did you feel in the ring after that cut?
Oh, I was light. I was definitely light. I had to like every 2 hours hydrate, eat, sleep a little bit, and then hydrate again because I cut a lot of weight. I was in the sauna, I think, for like 4 hours. 4 hours, and I still didn't make the weight. So I had to go back to the sauna again, cut the weight, and then come back again. That's why all my team had left. The 8 on the way home. I'm just like, I'm still the weight in, get something to eat. They're already home, and then I make my way home after that. Wow. Yeah.
Brutal, man.
It is brutal. It's
so
horrible.
You said you got on the scale and you weren't on weight, or you mean this is before the weigh and you're kind of quite not on weight, then you had to?
I got on the scale, but I wasn't on the weight.
And in the actual official weigh.
Yeah, so I had to strip down, go back on again, and then I was underweight. And they're like, oh, no, just leave it, it's fine. Then I had a little bit of water, and then obviously complain about it. It's like, nah, you need to go cut it, I was like, you guys told me it's all right for me to go with it. Yeah. And that's when I was in Diesel. Frankly had a word with them and just told them, you guys told him to go on the weight, to weigh in. Then I had water to just go on it as well.
So wait, you went under, and then they wanted you to put on weight?
No, I wasn't on weight.
Yeah.
They wanted me to cut weight.
Yeah.
And then oh no, it's fine, just leave it. And I had some water.
Oh, so you thought it was done, then you had some water, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Talking about title shots, you fairly recently got the WBC belt, which I think is like the one everyone wants to get. It's just so beautiful. Yeah. Would you rather have one WBC Australian title? Would you rather have 3 Australian titles but other sanctions that aren't WBC?
It's a tough one. I'll probably go Australian title. I'll go for the Australian title.
The one WBC Australian title versus the 3 Australian titles and other sanctions. So like maybe, so you could either have one WBC belt, right, Australian, or you could have like say a WMC, WPMF, and maybe an ISCA Australian title. If you had to choose between 3 of those or the one WBC, which would you pick?
Well, I don't know. I do want the Australian WMC.
WMC?
Yeah, WMC.
That is also another good belt.
And WMC and WBC. That's the 2 that I want.
Yeah.
Aussie, both of them.
Yeah, so you'd say if you got the WMC with the 2 others, that would outweigh the one WBC?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a tough one.
That's a tough one, man. They're both really very nice.
Yeah, they're both really nice.
Yeah.
I want both of them.
Yeah.
The Aussie one, and both Aussie one. Maybe one day the world title one as well.
Of course.
International one would be nice too.
Yeah. When do you think you're going to get the shot to go for an Aussie title?
No, anytime soon.
Yeah, you reckon?
Nah. I don't want to chase the belt. I honestly don't chase it.
Cool.
If it comes to me, it comes to me. If it doesn't come to me, my time will come. Like time will come and time will tell. If your shot will come. So I just don't want to go chase it. It's like, oh, they offered me one. It's like they offered me like, let's say in 2 months' time, Australia, WBC Australian title, I'll reject it. I'll reject it straight away.
So even like you're not chasing, but they're just offering to you. Why would you say no?
I'll say no.
Why?
Because I'm not ready for it yet.
So you just think you're not ready to fight and beat the current holder of that belt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just say no. I'm not ready yet. Because my time will come, and my time hasn't came yet. Yeah.
Man, that's a very interesting way of looking at it. How will you know when you're ready?
I would just know. I'll have the feeling that I'll be like, yep, I'm ready. I'll be like, I'll tell my coach, yep, I'm ready for it now.
You're ready to go for it?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because I feel I just don't want to make another mistake. Right. I just don't want to make another mistake, like with the WMC one. I thought my time come, but obviously my time hasn't came yet. So I just wait.
You fought for was that what title? Was that a WMC?
WMC, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was my time to come, but to shine, but it wasn't my time yet.
Yeah. And that was an Australian title?
That was the Aussie one.
The Aussie
WMC, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'll get that one day.
You will, man.
I'll definitely get that. And the WBC Aussie title as well. Both of them.
Earlier you said you started in MMA. right? But then you said obviously Muay Thai, you felt like Muay Thai was more for you.
Yeah.
Do you plan on getting to a certain level of Muay Thai, probably get a few world titles, and then want to transition to MMA? Or do you think you just want to stick to Muay Thai and then just keep dominating Muay Thai?
I thought about that. People a lot ask me that, like, do you do Muay Thai? I was like, yeah. Have you ever thought of doing MMA? I was like, no, not really. I honestly, I like MMA, John Jones, Israel. I looked at those guys, so I was like,
Yeah.
it would be nice, but it's not for me. Like, MMA is not for me. I feel like I'm just too tall. I get submitted. I start thinking too much, like groundwork. MMA is a lot comes into it.
Yeah.
But I feel like Muay Thai, I'd rather do Muay Thai in any sport. Because I want to take Muay Thai to the next level. Just keep going, get world titles, travel the world, just fighting.
Yeah.
That'll be a dream. Like, that'll be nice.
That would be the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day.
What do you think it is about Muay Thai that attracts you more than, say, MMA or anything else?
I think the fitness.
The fitness?
I like the fitness.
Yeah.
The physique.
The physique.
When you get massive, start training Muay Thai. And the clinching. And this Muay Thai is just brutal. It's just a brutal sport.
The brutality. Because I was going to say, like, obviously, you get pretty fit in MMA, you get fit in other styles as well.
All the sport you get fit in it.
Yeah.
I prefer Muay Thai at any time.
Yeah. Okay. So, you get a choice.
Okay.
Right? You get granted a superpower. You can choose between flight, invisibility, all right, or you have the ability to control time. Which one would you pick and why?
You said flight.
So you can fly.
Yeah,
right?
fly. Yep.
Right. You can turn invisible at will. All right. Or you can control time.
I say control time, honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah, I control time.
Why do you think that? Well, what would you do with that power? Like, okay, boom, you suddenly have the power today, you wake up, you can do that.
Yeah.
What would be the first thing you would do with that?
Rewind my fights back again.
Really?
Rewind all my fights back again. Most fight I want to rewind back. Most fight I just don't want to rewind back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I definitely rewind the WMC one back again.
So rewind it and do the fight again?
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely do the fight again.
Yeah.
To see where all my mistakes were. Just don't make that mistake.
Yeah. It'd be pretty cool though, like if you're fighting and you could like slow down time and just like your perception of time.
Yeah.
That the kick is coming super slow motion. You could do like just the
that'll be sick.
Like,
the kick is coming, slow it down, move, and then go again.
You'd be untouchable.
Yeah, that'll be sick.
Yeah, wow. Do you think people are inherently good but do bad things, or people are inherently bad trying to be good?
Oh, man. Most people are good, but they do bad things.
Okay.
And then there's bad people that do good things.
Right. So you think there's two types of people, like
Yeah.
they're born that way, or do you think
It's just the environment that people hang around with. Yeah. If you're a good person, you just hang out with bad people, those three wants you to be part of them, so you end up tending to be bad. If you hang out with good people, you do good in life. You just do good things with whatever they do. You be good at it.
Do you try to surround yourself with people that kind of bring you up and
influences? I want to surround myself with people that bring me up. People that bring me up. People that push me through it. I just surround myself around them, but I just don't really surround myself with bad people. Like I know bad people, but I don't really judge them. I don't judge them what they're doing. It's like, that's your life. Whatever you do, I'm not going to judge, you're a bad person. You do this. It's like, nah, it's still like, I know you're a good person, but you decided to do bad things. So people are like, oh yeah, he's a badass. This and this. I'm like, nah, that's not me.
Yeah. Did you ever hang around with a group of people maybe growing up that you got to a certain point you're like, I need to get away from these guys?
Damn. Definitely. 100% I have.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's why I did Muay Thai. I was like, I don't want to hang out with those guys. They end up being in jail, maybe dead or whatever. So I was like, I want to do something with my life that's actually going to take me somewhere else. So that's why I started training to keep myself busy. Go to training every day. So if I didn't train, also I hang out with them. Yeah. And then I do bad things. So training got me really consistently every day. And they're like, oh, you're going to get bashed. This and this and this. Like, so obviously they doubted me because I'm hanging out with them. So they doubted me, like, you're never going to be good. Then next minute, oh, wow, you're really good.
Wow.
Like, they start worshipping you and stuff. I was just like, well, you doubted me. Remember, you doubted me, so I'm not going to be that good. But now they're praising you because you're actually that good. Now that it's like, they're scared of you. Like, no, he fights. So it's like, I'm not that person. I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to fight you because I know how to fight. It's like, nah, that's not nice.
So your actual friends
Yeah.
They doubted you.
Yeah, I have people that actually do doubt me, and I just ignore them. I was like, I'm just gonna prove them wrong. I was like, you wanna doubt me, then doubt me, but just prove you wrong. Yeah.
And so this was all kind of pre Muay Thai.
Yeah.
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 All right. What do you think the meaning of life is?
Oh, we just had this conversation earlier. Oh wow. That's a trick question.
Take your time with it, man. Like honestly, we got time. Don't feel like you need to rush.
Yeah.
So I want to know what you think the meaning of life is.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're right or wrong, right?
Yeah, it's not
How do we know? But
yeah.
yeah, and why? That's a big one.
Just live your life to the fullest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Do whatever you want. Do what makes you happy to the fullest.
Yeah.
That's just me. That's what I believe. Just live your life to the fullest. Do whatever makes you happy.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're Hitler, right? So what if someone said that to him?
Hitler is just not a human.
Yeah.
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
He's just not a nice guy. He's not a nice guy, but he's
So you
dead,
say live your life to the fullest, do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
Right? But someone's like, well, just going around, just doing drugs makes me happy. That's how I really get the most out of life.
That's your life, though.
True.
That's your life. I'm not living your life for you.
Yeah.
If you want to go out and do drugs, kill yourselves. That's the life you chose.
Yeah.
That's the footpath you chose. So you're gonna go that side.
Yeah.
That's why I said live your life to the fullest.
Yeah. And on a macro level, like for humanity, do you feel like there's any kind of, earlier before we started, you were talking about, afterlife and stuff. So do you believe that there is something outside of us that has either given us a purpose, like, I want humanity to grow, to mature in a certain way, or do you just think we're just left to ourselves and just do whatever we want and whatever comes of it, or do you think there's actually a purpose for humanity?
We can never know.
Yeah.
No one can actually find out. So if someone, let's just say if I die, no one knows where I went. Where we're gonna go. Most people believe afterlife, heaven, hell. I honestly, I even don't know where I go after this. You just believe what they told you to believe, and that's about it.
Yeah. And where do you lean, if you don't mind me asking? Like I said, the point of the show is to get a bit more personal with whatever you're comfortable sharing.
Yeah.
Do you lean to there being some sort of afterlife, or do you lean to like, I just go on the ground and that's it?
Because my family's Christian, so obviously there's heaven, hell. They believe in that, but me personally, I don't believe in that. It's not like I'm against it, but I just don't believe it. Like, no one knows what's going to happen to you once you die. If you die, you die. Yeah. No one knows what's actually does happen after that. Until then it actually happens, then we know. But no one can actually prove it. This is going to happen to you. So if you die, they're going to be like, yep, you're going to go here, or you're going to go here, here. No one actually knows the answer to that. That's what I believe.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to follow you, follow your journey, right? You probably got an athlete page, right, for your Muay Thai?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's it called? How can they find you?
It's Black Panther.
Yeah.
Black Panther _Muay Thai.
_Muay Thai.
Yeah. Also with TikTok as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Put your stuff there on TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah. And anything else? Facebook page?
Facebook is just Nelly Laki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laki. Well, Nelly, this has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming down.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And I'd love to have another chat again in the future.
Thank you.